Welcome into the Crow's Nest, everybody. I'm Max Stapleton, joined alongside my co-broadcaster, Evan Papalis. Going to be hit deep into left field. Going back is Clay Kahn. Looking up. This one's gone. Welcome back here as we enter the bottom of the fourth inning. Wilmer now ahead. Live from Frank Wade Municipal Stadium here in Duluth, Minnesota, it is Game 2 of a four-game set between the Mankato Moondogs and your Duluth Huskies. Welcome into the Crow's Nest, everybody. I'm Max Stapleton, joined alongside my co-broadcaster, Evan Papalis. And Evan, last night the Huskies were able to win this game by a score of 14-4, a much-needed win, snapping their four-game losing streak. It was a great top-to-bottom performance all throughout the lineup, but in reality, it was the heart of the order carrying the team at the plate.
Needed victory a night ago.
A familiar face for the Huskies, one of the returning Huskies this year, has really started to come on strong as of late. Payne Powell, over the last week, has been pretty phenomenal.
So good, and he's trying to continue things this season. From
a pitching perspective last night, Daryl Johnson Jr. was great. Jake Shalanka came in relief. But the Huskies went through 5 total pitchers. The Moondogs went through 6. That can make a game pretty difficult to manage the following day.
Yeah, because 2 games.
Well, let's take a look at the standings after last night's battles. It was a great night overall for the Great Plains East with the Loggers, the Huskies, and the Express all finding ways to win their games. And how about the Express beating the Rocks by a score of 1-0?
Yeah, those walks and 5 strikeouts to his name.
It should be a great battle here at the Wade today. It's Game 2 of this home 2-game set before the Huskies head over to Mankato to complete the entire 4-game set. We got first pitch and lineups on the way after this commercial break, so don't go anywhere. You're watching the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Huskies. Luthen trying to work his first true 1-2-3 inning of the game. The pitch. Going to be hit deep into left field. Going back is Clay Kahn. Looking up. This one's gone. Jack Painter gets the Huskies on the board with a solo shot. His first home run of the year. It's a 9-1 ball game. Game long. Joe Voss coming up for the third time. He's 1 for 2. First pitch he sees, he's going to smack that one into deep right center field. Moving over is Dalton Pearson and Joey Walls. Looking up, this one's gone! It's a grand slam for Joe Voss as the Huskies take a 4-2 lead over the Stingers. Runner on second is Bobby Blandford. 2 outs, 3-2 count to J.D. Rogers. Payoff pitch once again. Going to be hit on a line into right field. Bobby Blandford is rounding third. He's going to come home and score easily. Heading into second is Rogers. He's rounding second. He comes into third. Here comes the throw. It's not going to be in time. An RBI triple for J.D. Rogers, and the Huskies retake the lead. It's 5-4. Campbell trying to stay alive, try to not let the Huskies go down 1-2-3. And he drills that one deep into left field. All on the way back is Bateman at the track. He leaps up, and it's going to be off the glove. Campbell might be rounding second. He is. He's going for 3. Here comes the throw in, and it's not going to be in time. Campbell with a triple with 2 outs. All right, we started talking about it last night's game, a miraculous comeback for the Duluth Huskies. They were down 5-0 in the first inning. They just chipped away slowly but surely, and it ended with Cam Frederick getting the walk-off.
Well, they're going to need a lot more of that scoring momentum here.
That one's going to be lined into left field. Coming over is Jack Painter. He's not going to get there. That's a fair ball and a ground rule double for Peter Brookshaw. And all of a sudden, the Express in business. As that one's going to be driven into deep left field. Heading back is Charles McAdoo. It'll fall for a base hit. Rounding third and coming home to score is Jonathan Vastine. Christian Campbell stops at second. It's an RBI double, and the Huskies lead 1-0. He's going to smack that one into left field. Coming over, J.D. Rogers lays out, can't catch the ball. Rounding third is going to be Will Hodo. He's going to score easily. Rounding second and staying hold at second is Dre Dirksen. It's an RBI double for the 6-hole hitter for the Stingers.
Through this inning of work.
That one's going to be hit right back to Miller, and off the second base bag, ricochets into the outfield. Jake Shalanka has his second hit of the ball game. Latimer so far today, 2 for 2. Having a really good day. RBI single in the first, a ground rule double in the third. Also scored a run in that third inning. That one's going to be lined, make him 3 for 3 on the day now. Joe Voss quickly cuts it off. Everyone moves up a station. It's 2 men on, 1 out for the Express.
He'll be thankful that the season series is done come Sunday night.
Can Christensen finally get the strikeout? That one's going to be grounded and through for a base hit. 1 run will score. Coming over a sap to field it. Here comes the throw to home plate. It's going to be offline. 2-run score for Mankato. And Charles McAdoo comes through in a huge moment as the Moondogs take a 4-2 lead.
It would end a modest 4-game hitting streak for the young player.
Once again, the 2-2 in there for a called strike 3. Huskies win this game by a score of 5-4, ahead 1-2. For Christensen, 40 strikeouts through 18 2/3 innings this year, looking for number 41. Will he get it? Yes, he will. Christensen absolutely lights out so far. Fog really rolling in here. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 5 strikeouts in a row for Jake Hamilton. He looks like he's going to do something special tonight here in the 4th inning. Let's take a look at his numbers up there. That .316 batting average is great. As he chops one right back to Hill. He goes on to second for 1. On to first. Double play. The oh-so-common 1-6-3 double play gets Dylan Hill out of this inning. He's only had 1 start. 4 1/3 innings pitch, trying to make it 4 2/3 here as that one's grounded over to third base. Nice play by Devin Hurdle. Throw off the back foot in time. That's a beauty from Hurdle right there.
The later point of the season here, just not letting up by any means.
0-2. Hit on a line. Diving stop, Eddie Satiski. What a play from the first baseman. He has looked fabulous. He hasn't been caught once this year as well, but he has been picked off 3 times, so it is something to watch out for. I'm going to be interested to see if Marcus Pointer continues to stay aggressive throughout this game. We've already seen 1 stolen base from Jonathan Vastine so far. And there he goes. Right on cue. The throw down is going to be not in time. What a jump from J.D. Rogers there on a pitch outside the zone to move up into scoring position.
He's got an opportunity to score another runner and Hurdle at third.
Satiski takes off. The throw down to second base. No throw to second base. And right now, they have Devin Hurdle on the rundown. The throw back to home base is going to be safe. Brock Larson didn't lay down the tag. It was a perfect slide from Devin Hurdle. It's a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Huskies. Welcome back here as we enter the bottom of the 4th inning. Wilmer now ahead of the Huskies 2-0. Thanks to a big long ball from Grayson Tarlow. Take a look at it right here. Grayson Tarlow, this is only his 7th game of the season. That home run was his first of the year, his 10th RBI. Stingers are pretty much all but guaranteed to be in the playoffs. Grayson Tarlow making an impact early, and he's going to be good with this Stingers team, come playoff time.
And this is a Wilmer team that's searching to host here. They lost the first half by 4.5 games to St. Cloud. They've been so dominant. They're now tied with the Rocks in overall record. And whoever wins this half is going to host 2 of those 3 potential games against the Rocks, which what could be a phenomenal playoff series.
So the first pitch is going to come in to Satiski. He's swinging away at it. High fly ball, shallow right field. Right fielder Joey Walls makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Seth Miller.
It's the 3rd time in this game Huskies have swung and hit the first pitch but gone out with it. So Duluth being aggressive early on hasn't quite paid off. They're 1 for 4 when hitting the first pitch.
So Eddie Satiski moves to 0 for 2 on the day. Jared Medham's going to be the next man up for the Huskies with 1 away. He's 0 for 1. Popped out to the shortstop. It was almost there for a hit, but Nick Terrell made a pretty nice play moving back. First pitch going to miss down low to Jared Medham. Looking to extend a 4-game on-base streak for the young second baseman. That one paints the outside corner. Beautiful pitch there from Seth Miller to even up the count.
And for Jared Medham, this is someone that was so good out of the All-Star break. Started out of the All-Star break hitting .435.
Big wave and a miss for Medham there as he's quickly behind 1 and 2 now. For Jared Medham, this seems to be a guy who really thrives when there's runners on base. Batting .316 with runners in base. Also batting .308 with runners in scoring position, as that time he hits one into left field. Over to Brett Bateman. Medham rounding first. He'll stay put there. It's a single with 1 out for the Huskies.
We talk about these pieces in the middle of the lineup. We're seeing it with Grayson Tarlow. And Jared Medham's also going to have to be such an important player in that 6th spot right now for Duluth. Nice little seeing eye single to left field. Get the Huskies going. That's their 4th hit off of Miller in this game.
Huskies have gotten men in scoring position. 2 singles in the first inning. Allowed runners on second and third. And then the third inning, they also had runners on second and third, but none of them have been able to come home yet. See if that trend changes around here in the bottom of the 4th.
First pitch in now to Shalanka, going to miss outside. Shalanka 0 for 1 on the day with a fly-up that came back in the second inning. Now 1 for 2 since coming back to the Huskies as a hitter. 1-0. That pitch right down the middle as it goes to 1-1.
And while this is only his 8th appearance as a hitter this season, Shalanka was exceptional just down the road over at St. Scholastica College. He hit .381 across 31 starts this last season.
It's got to feel pretty comfortable playing here at Wade Stadium, the home of St. Scholastica and the Huskies. That pitch right on the inside corner that quickly goes to 1-2 now. Got to imagine that has a little bit of a factor to it, too. The fact that this is your home stadium for both Summer League and college ball makes you feel pretty comfortable right away. They're going to check on Medham over on first base to no avail.
He's also a returning Husky as well. He was used as a hitter 3 times last year, went 1 for 5 with a pair of RBIs. He was used in the latter half of last season as the Huskies went to the playoffs against Waterloo.
Another check over on Jared Medham. Stingers think the Huskies are going to be aggressive here.
That's not a bad thing to think with Medham. He's not necessarily the biggest base stealer on this team, but he's got plenty of speed, a lanky middle infielder. That's a good lead off of first.
Shalanka lines that one into left field. That one's going to drop for a base hit. Rounding second is Medham. He's going to stay put, however, so the Huskies yet again have a runner in scoring position. Let's see if they can capitalize. It's going to be Jeremy Keller up next.
Talked about Shalanka being very comfortable here at Wade Stadium. Now 2 for 3 in this second half of the season at the plate. That's a comfortable swing, just looping that one into left center field, using the entire field and getting a runner into scoring position again for Duluth.
Shalanka's an extremely talented hitter. Both a hitter and a pitcher for the College of St. Scholastica and for the Huskies. He'll make way to Jeremy Keller now, 0 for 1 on the day with a pop-out to end the second inning. Runner on second's Medham. Runner on first is Shalanka. 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch into Keller, just a little bit below the zone.
I like that spot there by Miller. Breaking ball that bends its way down just outside of the strike zone. It was a good try by Tarlow to frame that one.
Next one into Keller, going to be hit out into deep right center field. Both runners are retreating. The center fielder, Pearson, makes the catch. Throwing to second base, not going to be in time. So it's a fly out for Jeremy Keller, and now there's 2 away here in the fourth. Huskies with a little bit of a rally going, trying not to squander a runner in scoring position here. Cam Frederick's going to be the next man up. Cam Frederick 0 for 1 on the day, but he did reach on an error to Dalton Pearson, the center fielder, who just dropped a fly ball, maybe a little too casual with it. First pitch into Frederick, going to be jammed and fouled off.
And on that fly out by Keller, I really like what the Huskies were trying to do, a double steal with Medham and Shalanka taking off for third and second base, respectively. Cam Frederick, someone who has 12 RBIs this season. He had 2 in this last series against Rochester. A good opportunity for him to try and get a run back here for Duluth.
It would be a big run for sure for the Huskies if Cam Frederick could find a way. That one hit right back to Seth Miller out on the mound. He picks it up, throw to first base, not going to be in time. Called an infield single for Cam Frederick. He's reached base twice today. We turn it over to the top of the lineup with the bases loaded and 2 gone.
5th single for the Huskies in this ball game, 6th, I should say. That one just drilled right back up the middle. Miller didn't really see it. Frederick's got plenty of speed in that 9-hole spot. It looked like Miller just kind of alligator-armed it, just kind of short-armed it over to first base. Took a hop right in front of Will Hodo, and Frederick able to use that speed. Huskies have already left 4 in scoring position in this game, and now it's up to Joe Voss. An opportunity to tie this one up.
Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Might be the best chance the Huskies will have all game long. Joe Voss coming up for the 3rd time. He's 1 for 2. First pitch he sees, he's going to smack that one into deep right center field. Moving over is Dalton Pearson and Joey Walls. Looking up, this one's gone! It's a grand slam for Joe Voss as the Huskies take a 4-2 lead over the Stingers.
How about that? Hometown kid, welcome back to Wade Stadium. First home run in the Northwoods League. First pitch that he saw with the bases loaded. Booms it to right center field. No chance for the outfielders. Joe Voss leaving no doubt.
What a hit from Joe Voss. First pitch he sees. That one looked like it was able to get out all the way. Deepest part of the ballpark and one of the deepest ballparks in the Northwoods League. What a hit. That's a huge 2-out hit for Joe Voss and the Huskies.
And look at the emotion as he rounds the base paths. He's fired up. He knows how big this series is for the Huskies. Right now, providing that spark in the leadoff spot.
All of a sudden, this game has completely turned around. Now J.D. Rogers going to square around a bunt. Seth Miller, the pitcher, collects, fires on a first in time for the final out of the inning, but not before. Joe Voss hits a grand slam to make it a 4-2 Huskies lead. When we get back for the top of the fifth, it's going to be Nick Terrell, Jordan Sagedahl, and Dalton Pearson due up here on the Northwoods League Baseball Network. Now a 4-2 ball game in favor of the Huskies against the Stingers as we enter the top of the fifth. In the bottom of the fourth, the Huskies got 4 runs on 4 hits, but only one of them was really that important. Take a look at this swing. Bases loaded, 2 outs. It's a grand slam for Joe Voss.
How funny can the game of baseball be? First 3 innings, you leave 4 in scoring position, you're being shut out. 1 swing later, you're up in front by 2. How about that for your first home run of the season?
I don't know if he's going to get that smile off his face all night, will Joe Voss, after that hit. First pitch to Nick Terrell is going to be fouled off. Terrell's got an RBI of his own tonight, 1 for 1 with an RBI single.
Remember, that's the 3rd grand slam of the season by the Huskies here at Wade Stadium. It's their 2nd against Wilmer after Noah Marcello had one in the first week of the season.
That one's going to miss outside to Terrell, excuse me. I think we're all still a little bit giggly up here in the broadcast booth after getting to witness that grand slam. There's not a more exciting play in sports, in my opinion. That one misses upstairs. Count goes to 2-1 now.
Yeah, I mean, a low-scoring sport like baseball for the most part. Not with Wilmer recently. They've scored 84 runs in the last 5 games. But when you're able to lift one out of the park with 3 on.
Nice job getting back in the count there from Drew Kahn.
There is no better outcome. As you mentioned, I mean, there's nothing better. You go from down 2 to up by 2 in 1 swing of the bat.
So now Drew Kahn's going to have to come out and protect this 2-run lead. Might make him feel a little more comfortable on the mound as that one's hit right to Devin Hurdle at third. Throw on to first base in time, 1 away here in the 5th.
I got to say, so far for Drew Kahn, other than that 4th inning where he gave up that double to the right field wall by Hodo and that home run by Tarlow, a lot of soft contact he's been able to induce today. Another ground out there. He's done a really nice job this 2nd time through the order.
Does look like someone's warming up in the Huskies bullpen, however, so we'll see if this is going to be Drew Kahn's last inning of work. Just matched his season high. He's only had 1 start. 4 1/3 innings pitch, trying to make it 4 2/3 here as that one's grounded over to third base. Nice play by Devin Hurdle. Throw off the back foot in time. That's a beauty from Hurdle right there.
That is phenomenal. That is another time that Devin Hurdle able to make an impact defensively. He's rotated between that left side of the infield. Some starts at short, but he looks so comfortable at third base. He's a natural shortstop. What an unnatural third baseman making a play like this, though.
That's not an easy throw. One of the longest throws you have to make in baseball and off of the back foot, nevertheless. Devin Hurdle showing off some versatility in the field. Now Dalton Pearson's going to hit one towards that side, but it'll get through for a base hit. So 2-out single for the Stingers. They got a runner aboard as we flip over to the top of the order.
And Dalton Pearson really starting to heat up here towards this end of the season. Last night able to go 3 for 5, which was a season best against Mankato. Now able to get another single, so 4 hits in his last 2 games. Someone who's hit below the Mendoza line for most of the year. Normally such a reliable defensive player despite that error earlier on. He's also so good on the base paths.
Trying to make up for that error is Pearson. How about this for Pearson? He's seen 2 pitches all night, 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch in now to Brett Bateman's going to miss down low. Bateman himself 0 for 2.
How about the total opposite between Bateman and Pearson?
I was thinking the same thing.
Bateman's 0 for 2, but he's work counts.
He's going to foul that one off right there as it goes 1-1.
I mean, Bateman saw 6 pitches in that first at-bat, and then he was able to work the count full in the third. Both times he's grounded out, once to Cam Frederick, once to Eddie Satiski.
6 pitches in the first one, 8 pitches in the second. See if you can put up a similar result here. Definitely quality at-bats both times. Runner takes off, throw down to second base. Not in time. That was a beautiful throw from Jeremy Keller again, right on the money, but just a really good jump from Dalton Pearson.
And exactly what Wilmer needs to do. Be aggressive down by 2 runs with 2 outs in the inning. Pearson, someone who was 10 for 10 on his first 10 stolen base attempts over at Georgia State in his freshman year, able to swipe another bag. Wilmer have been phenomenal with stolen bases this year. Second in the Northwoods League, only to Traverse City.
Next pitch into Bateman. That one's going to go into right field for a base hit. Coming over is Joe Voss. Slipping around third is Dalton Pearson. He's going to have to retreat. Huskies catch a break there. It's runners on the corners with 2 outs.
And how many times have we seen that this season? The turf here at Wade Stadium will play tricks on some of the base runners. Pearson took a wide turn around the bag. It would have been a close play at the plate. Voss got a pretty good read on that one as well. But how about a little 2-out rally here by the Stingers? They've got all 2 of their runs in this game with 2 outs. Now an opportunity for more as Marcus Pointer is going to come out to the mound.
It was a 2-out single from Nick Terrell back in the 2nd inning, and then a 2-out home run from Grayson Tarlow in the 4th to get the Stingers 2 runs. Drew Kahn trying to get through at least 5 innings of work. Only got to get 1 more out, but it's not easy. Zach Corbin's going to be the batter on deck.
Looks like the Huskies are going to get a couple arms loose in their bullpen. Looks like Isaac Rohde's going to start throwing right now, along with Caden Edwards.
So a couple of pretty good arms for the Huskies out there in the bullpen warming up, trying to protect a 2-run lead. This would be a huge win. One of the hottest teams in the Wilmer Stingers coming into town. If you can find a way to beat them, especially in the style like that grand slam we just saw, it'd be a huge morale boost for a team.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting those 2-out hits can be so important, but also stranded runners on base can be so important for Duluth. It's J.D. McReynolds also up. And that's interesting because McReynolds closed out the game last night, but he's been used later on in ball games recently for the Huskies. It'd be interesting to see if he comes in this early in the contest. But in a game that's already featured 12 hits and 6 runs, I wouldn't be too surprised with anything.
Yeah, it's been a high-scoring affair so far today. Huskies right now on top, trying to protect that lead. So just to recap for you, it's Dalton Pearson on third base. Brett Bateman just extended his 7-game hitting streak into an 8-game hitting streak with a single to put him on first. Now Zach Corbin, who's 0 for 2, is up. He's going to foul off the first pitch he sees behind home plate. Corbin looking to extend a 3-game hitting streak of his own and a 25-game on-base streak. He has a fly-out and a ground-out tonight. This is a dangerous part of the Stingers' order. It's going to be really tough for a pitcher to work through it 3 times full. Runner takes off from first, but that one's going to be fouled off.
Yeah, I got to imagine that this could be the final inning that Kahn faces. He's now throwing 74 pitches. He's only got 25 to work with until he reaches his maximum, 26, excuse me. But right now he's had to work his way out of one jam in this game. Now he's got to work his way out of another.
He's looked really solid in his early Huskies career so far. Trying to keep it at a 2-run game, but Corbin's going to call time first.
What I should say is he had that opportunity in the second with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. He couldn't work out of it, that RBI single by Terrell, but he did limit the damage there. But right now, very threatening opportunity.
0-2, going to be fouled off once again. For Drew Kahn as well, out on the mound. Only 1 strikeout today, but he's done a really good job of filling up the zone and pitching to contact.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job getting ground balls in this game. I've got 7 groundouts right now by Wilmer in this contest.
I've got the same. That's pretty common for an off-speed pitcher. Runner takes off, but it's going to be another foul ball. This is what makes this Wilmer team so tough. They just battle and battle and battle at the plate.
Yeah, they don't walk too much. 17th in the Northwoods League in walks, but they're second fewest in strikeouts, tied for first in the league in team average. It's what they do. They get their pitches and they take advantage of it. It's what they did when these two met over at Bill Taunton Stadium back in June. They were able to score 10 runs in that game, 1 win.
So Drew Kahn still looking for that second strikeout of the game. This would be a huge moment to get it. Runner takes off again. The 0-2 upstairs. No throw down to second base. So called a stolen base, second of the inning for the Stingers. And now 2 men in scoring position with 2 outs.
And 2 teams that love to steal bases, 2 teams that are top 5 in the Northwoods League in stolen bags this year. Now 5 combined swipes in this game, 3 by Wilmer and 2 by Duluth.
1-2 count. That one's going to be hit in the air into shallow left field, but it's going to go out of play. A couple of fans get a lucky souvenir there. This has been quite the at-bat from Zach Corbin. This will be the 6th pitch by my count, still a 1-2 count.
Feels like we've said that a couple times today. You got to give credit to Wilmer. This is what they do. They're a flashy team, but they do it in ways where they're able to grind out at-bats. They make it look pretty.
Corbin, 10th in the league in doubles. He could use one right here. 1-2 going to be grounded over to second base. Jared met him on the forehand. Nice play on to first in time to end the inning. No runs on 2 hits for the Stingers, no errors, and 2 men left in scoring positions in the top of the 5th. Going to be Vastine, Hurdle, and Satisky do it for the Huskies here on the Northwoods League Baseball Network.